Are you planning a trip to Kyoto but don't want to splurge on a luxury stay? We booked a quiet little 2 to 3 star hotel in Arashiyama, and honestly, it was one of the best decisions of our trip. It was affordable, peaceful, and just minutes away from the area's top sites. Today, we're showing you what it's really like staying here, from a room tour, serene views, and one of the best hotel breakfasts we've ever had. Let's see if this place is worth checking into. Here's a quick look at the surrounding views. So why do we pick this hotel? It's not in the central Kyoto, but that's the reason why we loved it. Arashiyama on the west side of Kyoto is known for its mountain and river views, and it gets so busy. That's why we specifically booked a hotel within Arashiyama so we can enjoy the views before the tour buses start coming in. Because of that, we were able to see the most beautiful and tranquil sunrise from the Togetsukyo bridge that's usually packed full of people. We got to wake up early and we got to see the gentle morning light peek through during our stroll at the famous Arashiyama bamboo forest. Because of that, we were able to enjoy the peaceful views, and then afterwards we were able to even find a secret hidden temple with the most amazing panoramic view looking down into the lush Arashiyama neighborhood. This hotel was so central that we got to hike up to the Arashiyama Monkey Park and see the iconic wild snow monkeys with their classic red face and butts before heading back down to take a shower in our room, change our clothes, all before heading out again to do more adventures. We also stayed late enough to catch the kimono forest lighting up after dark and take some amazing photos. You can check out our other vlogs for more information. So getting here was easy with Kyoto's efficient transit system. From our downtown Kyoto hotel, it took us around 50 minutes to get here, but could be more or less depending on where you're from. We arrived at Arashiyama Station by the maroon Hankyu line, and from there it's just a 7-minute walk to the hotel entrance. It is more quiet and a bit darker at night compared to the city, so don't be surprised if it feels more rural because that's all part of the charm. So we arrived. So check-in for us was smooth. There's also a locker storage available even after checkout right by the reception. Check-in for us starts at 5 p.m. and you can sleep in because checkout isn't until noon. So the room itself was surprisingly very spacious. It was big enough to open up our suitcase and walk around. If you know Tokyo hotels, that is so rare to find. So a very pleasant surprise. So the room itself is very simple and clean. It has everything that you'll expect and need in the room. So there's outlets right by the bed so you can charge all your electronics. There's also a table if you need to do some work. We loved waking up in the morning here because this is the view that you get. Check out all the natural light you get, and then it just made the whole space feel much more peaceful than we expected. Across the bed is the sink area, and it has everything that you would need, like the towels, the hair dryer, slippers, a safe, a mirror as well too. And then also right beside it is the fridge, so you can put down anything that you need. There is no freezer though, so no ice cream in this fridge. So moving next door is the washroom area. So these are the lights that go into the washroom, and then there's a sliding door. Once you're in, you're able to see that there is a bidet toilet on the side just to keep everything nice and warm when you're going into the washroom. Honestly, Japanese bidets are the way to go. And then afterwards, here is the shower area with the included shampoo, conditioner, and the body wash. Just a shower, no bathtub over here. Now we're moving down to the ground floor to go to the guest lounge. There's a lot of seating and table space and a corner for hot water, coffee, and tea. There's also a microwave at the end to heat up your food. So a pro tip is that Arashiyama winds down quite early, usually after sunsets. So we highly recommend grabbing some groceries ahead of time since most restaurants here close once the tour buses start to leave. There are other options like Freshco, a grocery store that is a 20-minute walk if you need a backup. In the morning, you can also access the lounge space, and it fills with such beautiful natural lighting. It's a lovely space just to unwind, read, or take a break after walking around in Arashiyama. Plus, you can also come here just to take a little bit of coffee break, water break, or even tea break as well too, because the water dispenser machine is available 24/7. They have so many big windows in this space, so you get so much natural lighting, and it was just an amazing spot to unwind or digest after breakfast like how we're doing over here, because this hotel's breakfast is just so good, and I'll show you it right over here now. So the food in this hotel is easily one of the highlights for us. Breakfast is included at the hotel's on-site restaurant called Muku. You get to pick your seating time at check-in, and it's also available to non-guests. Hotel guests do get priority. We usually skip breakfast where we're from, but in Japan, it's a must. Don't sleep in or you'll seriously regret missing out on this meal. On day 1, we got seated at the table seats overlooking the garden view. After being seated, they show you a menu of their preset course so you can understand what you're eating. You'll see soon enough, there's a lot of variety coming in, and you'll want to see and understand everything that you're tasting because everything is just so unique. There's also the option for a couple modifications like adding in drinks like Japanese sake, wine, umeshu, plum wine, non-alcohol beer, and soft drinks. For breakfast, you can also choose to add in the optional raw egg over rice with oyster soy sauce, which we highly recommend and we'll show you in a little bit here. So we start off by getting their welcome dashi soup in this adorable, beautiful cup. It's so comforting to just start off with something warm in the morning. Afterwards, we moved on to their homemade hot tofu, and it was just so unbelievably smooth, and the sauce was a perfect addition. It was a thick, sweet, savory type of sauce, and it was just so addicting, I couldn't stop going for more. Everything is made on the spot, so you can see that this is still steaming hot because it's perfectly ready for you once you get seated down. We also really like yuzu drinks, and it's really hard to get good ones where we're from, so when we saw it on the menu, we immediately ordered it to try it out. This is called the Kawara Shoten Hozugawa Yuzu Cider, and it's a perfect amount of fizz and tart level for me. I got excited because more things started coming out and in beautifully well thought out plating as well. This was their dashi mushi, which is their steamed seasonal vegetables, and it had the perfect amount of bite. Usually when you think of steamed vegetables, you usually think of something that is soggy and a little bit too soft, but in this case, it was perfectly the opposite. They really perfected the amount of time that was needed to heat up these vegetables to allow it to have the perfect consistency, and you can dip it with things such as salt or miso paste, and it really helps give it a good umami texture. Even all their vegetables, like this zucchini over here, was just so sweet. There's something different about how Japanese grow their vegetables. It's just so different. Across from me, John is trying their dashi maki, which is the best Japanese omelet that we've tried during this Japan trip. It was so unbelievably silky, and it was savory, which we enjoyed because most Japanese omelets are actually on the sweeter side. So this one was perfectly not too salty, but salty enough for us to increase our appetite and get us ready for the main meal. So now it's time to show you today's mamezara, or the main dish. Can you believe everything before this was just appetizers? So for this main meal, I highly recommend that you take a look at the menu that they left on the table for you because it shows you exactly what you're eating. There's so much variety that are in all of these dishes and a lot of things probably you've never tried before. So looking at the menu will help you have a greater appreciation of what you're eating. So the menu does change seasonally, but I'll walk you through what we had during the time that we stayed at this hotel. So on the right, we have the dressed shirashu and okra with nameko mushroom, followed by the seasonal vegetable and scallop with flowered vinegar jelly. Underneath, we have the grilled Kyoto duck and the white green onion, followed by steamed autumn vegetables and shrimp with yam. Then we have the grilled sweet potato with sake kasu tofu vinegar. Then we have the soaked fried eggplant with fake miso, and asari clam and kelp with sukudani style. Next to that, we have the pump yuba with grated taro and sesame, and the grilled mackerel with tomato koji in the middle. Look at how much food we had on this table. It was such a fun experience trying everything out. There are some things that are familiar, some things that are new, and some things that have a twist that we've never had before in other restaurants, and a lot of things we want to try again and again. Perfect for us because now it is day 2 and we are seated at the counter seats instead of the table seats. But this is a nice change of pace because we could see how the chefs prepared everything, and it was also quite fun to watch and see their dedication to their craft and attention to detail when preparing all these dishes. It is the same course menu, but we honestly didn't mind at all because 1, it was super delicious and we wanted to eat it again, and 2, by eating it again, we got to have a deeper appreciation of the finer details of each dish. We did slightly change it up this day because we did order something new that we'll show you soon in these clips. But first, another look at the culinary masterpiece of this restaurant. So we did switch up the menu slightly on this day because we ordered the optional raw egg over rice with oyster soy sauce. And just take a look at the vibrant orange yolk. I would never eat raw egg yolk anywhere else but Japan because they just do it so much better and so much safer as well too. But even looking at this quality of that combination is just, oh my gosh, I'm literally drooling while watching this clip. It made the already very delicious freshly cooked Japanese rice so much better. The raw egg yolk gives it a rich, almost slightly buttery flavor and adds this creamy texture. Combined with the sauce that's included, it is just packed full of flavor. They also give you these really nice quality bonito flakes as well too that you can add on top for a punch of umami flavor as well. Honestly, it was just so good. I'm not even exaggerating. We still remember this meal to this day. So now we're leaving with full bellies and happy hearts. Hope this helped you decide if this hotel fits your Kyoto plans. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, drop us a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more Japan travel content. See you all in the next one. Take care. Bye.